Okay, so guys, of course, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, I thought welcome back because I was on air not quite long ago, and I told you guys that I'll take a chill break and obviously a tea break more like, and of course come back with Barrister. And guess what? He's just here beside me this morning. Say you need to tell you guys everything you need to know when it comes to the law. No be news again. Say they say ignorance of the law, it's never an excuse. I don't know that now why I do one. They say don't urinate there. Be like, what would they do? Do they have right over me? Who are they? See their father's land. If they catch you, they can't carry go face court. You will know that it's not an excuse. As funny as the case may be, we just need to be very careful when it comes to the law or when it comes to emotions. All right, we started something last week, okay, the legal side of emotions, and as a matter of fact, I've got some pending questions, trending stories that I'll be sharing with Barrister this morning. Obviously, get his own view and, of course, the view of the law when it comes to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, join me. You already know my name. They call me the slimmest of them all as I welcome Barrister to the show this morning. Barrister.
Yeah, I think she was wrong in calling herself the slimmest of them
am
all.
I the fattest of them all?
I'm the slimmest of them all, as you can see.
There's only one slimmy.
As you can see.
Any other slimmy in WAP TV, as a matter of fact, in the broadcast industry, is a counterfeit.
Probably one of these days, you guys will give us a vote. Who is the slimmest?
Really? That's a battle you will lose. Or you will lose, rather.
Slimmest.
Barrister, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. We are always very happy to see you, or to know that you're watching us at home. Last week, we started on the legal side of emotion. And, of course, I had a lot of reactions and what have you. And some of them surprised, some of them, angry with themselves, and some of them like, is it possible? And yes, emotions can lead, like we said, good emotion, bad emotion. But good or bad, love is a good emotion. But what would you do for love? Would you kill for love? Some people have done that without even intending to do that, and out of trying to help their loved ones, they have done the wrong thing. Even there was a time when some people, out of the love for their loved one, who they saw suffering so much, wanted the doctor to pull the plug on the life machine that was, sustaining that person. They felt that, look, the suffering of this person was too much, so it's better the person go. So their love, of course, the hospital refused because the hospital knew that it would be a crime.
Really?
Yes, to accept there is the law that says that, what they will call it, killing for love, killing out of mercy.
Was it not better instead of you watching the person suffer or being in coma for too long?
That's why I was talking about law and your emotion. Because if the law says that it's wrong to kill, regardless of how you feel about the circumstance, I mean, I can imagine this person is dying or this person is in severe pain. So the person, they beg. And so you are even saying, look, it's better this person sleep than to go through all this pain. So if you decide to go and say, I want to unplug the machine where they sustain the person, is love. The emotion is the emotion of love, positive in quote, but in relation to law, the negative one, it will put you for wala. So in fact, there are doctors abroad who had been sentenced to life imprisonment
just for that,
just because they, for them, they couldn't bear the pain of the patient, and they knew that the patient would rather be suffering, so they decided to be killing them to have a way to help them to go faster. That's their own emotion, that look, I can't do this. And so the court sentenced them to life imprisonment. And there are even people who will say because of vengeance. Vengeance and emotion. Some people, they just don't, you can imagine, I mean, for those of us who are Christian, if you remember the story of Moses, how he felt when people were flogging the Israelites and he had to go and kill the Egyptian. And, you know, when the other day he tried to settle the two Egyptians, who Israelites who were fighting, he said, do you want to kill me? Or do you want to kill us the way you killed that Egyptian? And of course, hearing that, that was how he had to run away. Because you see, you don't allow your emotion to make you do the wrong thing. You have emotion against about, oh, the things that the country is doing, probably things are bad and whatever. And then you go and say things that are seditious. Your emotion goes haywire. I mean, you feel so bad. How can the country be going this way? How can it be blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, there's a law of sedition. Sedition could be in terms of slander, or it could be in terms of libel. So if you say a slanderous, seditious word, you are gone. You are going to have to answer for it. So emotions has to be managed in every way. There could be the negative one, the positive ones, the love, the emotion, it could be the negative ones. How about the envy?
In terms of vengeance,
envy, retaliation. And you know, I need to explain to you again, those of us who are watching, because let's assume the law also gives room to emotion somewhat, but to a degree that, okay, probably it cannot be helped. Let's assume this one. A man comes into a house and finds his wife, or a woman comes to the house and finds her husband, you know, in a compromising situation with another lady. Now, the law allows what is called the heat of passion or the heat of anger, in the sense that probably the overwhelming anger.
Is he under reflex?
Maybe of reflex. Overwhelming anger made you to do things
that,
which we are not supposed to do. Probably you picked something and bang on the one of the people you saw, and then probably
person
dies
immediately.
Death is homicide. So you are going to answer for that death. It's just that when the trial is going on, it will become like a way of softening the gravity of the crime,
Of your offense. Okay.
to say that it was out of anger. That does not mean that you will be excluded totally. It's just that the punishment will be reduced. So instead of saying it's a murder, they'll say it's a homicide.
Can we use the case of Oscar Pistorius?
Exactly. I'm coming to that place too, because I'm coming because you can also anger, you can see emotion. So on the basis of that, obviously, okay, it is not totally a premeditated thing.
Okay.
Are you getting me? Unlike if a man or a woman comes in, saw that same issue, then probably goes out or takes about 2 minutes to contemplate what to do next. At that point, going to look for wood or doing something like that means that I say premeditation.
Yeah.
And that, although it's from emotion, it's from the anger. I love this person has disappointed me. It's from that emotion. So there's the emotion of love, there's emotion of anger, and then you did what you did. There's a premeditation in that instance. So the law would take its full course. That means you have committed murder, and you can die for, I mean, in Nigeria, murder is death for death, either for hanging or what have you, or life imprisonment. So it's a capital offense. So like she said about Pistorius of South Africa, that guy, because he was an amputee, had a lot of complex. And then for some reason, he got a very beautiful wife, a girlfriend, and who is a model, who is sought after. but the complex made the guy not to be very comfortable, and would always do something like violence. Eventually, he had to kill the woman, and all you're saying that
He felt it was an intruder.
It was not justifiable. Of course, he got his sentence. The same thing for when there's a woman around Lekki who had been a lawyer, for instance. This guy was a lawyer, and all she had been saying was, saying that her husband, very, very handsome man, kept accusing the man of infidelity, and at some point in time, constant quarrel to the extent that the night before the final incident happened, the man called his mother to say, "This woman might kill me," and of course, in the middle of the night, she did, and out of whatever anger, she even went ahead to do some gory things with the body, of the man. That was the extent of anger she had in her emotion. So she's still going through whatever it's called now, a trial. Most likely, I don't know what's going to happen to him, to her, a case eventually. The same thing with the lady in Ibadan. The husband was moving back and forth between France and whatever. Fine guy too, and probably she saw something on the mobile phone, and before you know it, she did, and she started stabbing the man. So that's why I say that watch your emotion. That could be, you say it's love. You say emotion has a way of driving you into things that you have to be. You are out of emotion. I've seen a lady that said she was swindled by a boyfriend. All her life savings, because all the man was doing was using the emotion of love to ask her to do some investment here, and blinded by love, she could not see until the man have eventually cleared all her savings. That's what she saw, and of course there was nothing in terms of documentation to back the woman's claim. In fact, the man was claiming that he was the one giving the woman money, and the man was saying, look, it's my money and my money, So all these things, was a kind of emotion. So you need to know. Your emotion could be that of likeness, like we said, because you like somebody, so your guards are down. Some of us are emotion of kindness. You have such huge make of kindness in you. Somebody says, I don't know where to sleep. I'm just coming from Kano. We have this one, we have that one, we have this person. Please, can I sleep here for the night? You don't even know nothing. But because you have this huge emotion for kindness, nobody says you should not be kind. Nobody says you should not be kind. It's just that you have to put it into context of what if something happens? How do I escape, or do I explain myself? So probably if the person wants to sleep and you want to, who do you have? Whose number do you have? Who can I call? Whatever. Or first and foremost, if police position is not too far, please, I need to come and report this instance. This person wants to sleep. I want to put him into my house. This person wants to sleep. I'm going to give her shelter. But I just want to know that he came and so and so. They can even ask questions from there to know, so that they can put things in context before you just can say no, because next morning anything happens and you are now saying that Yoruba they say already Moshe I've done good it has now become bad. No, that's sentiment. That's sentiment. And seriously, many people out of these sentiments have found themselves where they don't know. Where they don't know. So you as you're watching me, whether you are driver, whether you are Oga, everybody has to put this in context. Know that these things can have a way of playing back much later. About those couple somewhere around here, and the man that was beating his wife and beat the wife so much that even had to start slicing the woman at home. That's anger. Your anger got the better of you. And domestic violence perpetrators, when you are saying that you are my child, I can do whatever I like with you. You know, maybe the child does something wrong. Seriously, those days are over, and you have to be very careful. You can't do what you like with that child. Just about 2 or 3 days ago, a woman was held.
Okay, yes, Barrister, I'm going to hold you up on that. I was actually jotting down the question relating to that, and maybe when we come back from the break, I might just have to start from that question, because I think I also saw it. I came across the story yesterday. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, of course, we did talk about the legal side of emotions this morning. Barrister has said so much, and he's still got so many things to tell you guys when it comes to the law and, of course, your emotions. All right, but we need to go on a quick break. When we come back, obviously the phone lines will be opened, and then you have the time and the chances you need to talk to the barrister. So stick around. Barrister and myself, they come back.
Our people dey talk say ignorance of the law no be excuse.
If my name na in for property, my child no fit take that thing.
But I get one question. Now, if person die now and he puts his wife or he puts any of his relative as next, ignorance of the law no be excuse. Oh, that's now why we get one ogbonge program where we dey call Legal Matter on top WAP TV. Okay, so guys, let me just open the phone line straight up because of our time. 081 7434147589. Of course, 08173147589 be the two numbers called on this morning. Please turn down your TV volume. Remember, Barrister, I don't talk so much about the law and your emotions. And before we go on that break, of course, it was about talking on a case we me said been come across yesterday, talking about the woman that actually beat a girl child to a pulp because the pikin be, I don't know, been put on top bed. I think she's 3 or 5, you know, very young child like that. And so I was asking, waiting arrive for her, Barrister. I said, does the law have the right to take paternity of a child if he or she is being maltreated by the parent?
Yes. Of course, nowadays the law is very clear. Once you are not very good with your child, they can take that child away from you.
Until you become a good parent? Or
yeah, probably until you become a good parent, or probably you can give her or him to a good relative, or probably the government will just take over, because like they are, because of the cases of domestic violence.
Okay.
And you know, like we say, you know, this domestic violence or things like that are actually as a result of emotions. Probably out of exasperation, you are tired, you are angry with the child, or the father of the child did not leave money. So emotions are, you're not just you are just wicked. You're not a wicked person, but just emotion, the way you feel at that point in time.
Yeah, but Barrister, are we saying there's no room for that? You know, because not be every time we dey happy, Barrister.
Yes.
Do you understand? There are some moments. I wrote something yesterday on my status. I said, I'm sure there are days like this. Do you understand? There are days that you don't want to talk to anybody. There are days that you just want to be yourself. You just want to be in your circle. Do you understand? So anything where anybody do irritates you.
Yeah.
And then people will keep asking, Stimi, what's wrong with you? Today you're just moody. They will always ask questions. So are we saying under the law there are no moments that they can just reason that, okay, she didn't intend to do this. She did it because she was in a...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see, the law confers on you the right of your dignity. You can stay. The right to be left alone, the right to be alone, the right to be angry if you want to be angry. It's just that right, it has to mind the fact that other person's right starts from where your own stops. You understand me? So, I mean, a teenager of yours is like a bit insultive to you, probably disrespectful to you, and like you to me, you that I whatever you.
Discipline you.
Of course, that anger is normal, it's necessary, and so you have the right to discipline that child. You have the right to whatever, but just that in the course of disciplining that child, you have to be careful that you don't go overboard. You don't go and break the guy's hand. You don't go and, you know, because sometimes you're beating a teenager, the teenager will want to rise, react, because they've come to the age of, you know, trying to assert themselves. And then probably in that instance, you give the child a blow in the eye, you cause the child to be blind and whatever. They're going to answer for those ones, because that's why.
Am I answering because I'm not the parent?
No, even if you're the parent, the point is that, look, probably what we should know about crime is that crime is not about your relationship to that person. It's about that person, protection of that person.
Okay.
You understand me? So, in real sense, a child can be accused of stealing in law his father's money. if the child, if I decides to press charges, you understand me? Because
my child stole
yes,
from me.
you stole from me because it is about. It's not about the relationship. It's about the law. So the father is the father as a person in the eye of law.
Okay.
The child is a child as
In
a
the eye-
person
yes.
in the eye of law. So the same way the father cannot say is my child, I can kill him if I
Okay.
want to. You understand me? So because law says that look, your child, yes, you brought him here, but he has the protection of the state as an individual.
Okay.
So if I steal my father's property and my father's money, and he feels so annoyed and he feels so justified or vilified that he wants to take me up, yes, the law will pursue it. Will pursue that because he will just make a kind of report that I've been stolen from, and who stole from you? This person. That's why you had seen instances when people even fake their own kidnap.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and they are arrested that do fake and they're trying to collect money from their spouse
yes,
and
yes.
what have you. Of course, that faking of that is you are trying to collect the money from you because you needed the money. You thought that was the smart way to do. When the police catches you, they are
won't
going to
interpret you like
they will
that.
deal with you as a person who is trying to defraud other people, not necessarily your family members. So these are all the things that you have
You need
to
to,
go to
yeah.
when it comes to issue of emotions.
Emotions, really. It's deep.
Yeah.
It's really deep. Okay, so there's another case of a man in Owerri that a cabman actually hit his car or damaged his car.
Yeah.
So he came down out of anger, and he was actually expecting the man to apologize. No, immediately he came down. I was just expecting him to say, okay, chairman, no vex, I beg. I was rushing and stuff. But the guy was shouting, ranting on the guy, and he gave him a punch. And that was the only punch he gave the guy. He slumped and he died.
Of course.
Immediately.
Of course. You see that I told you about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or 2 Saturdays ago when somebody came down from his car and I was trying to even say, look, Oga, how do we do this? And you know, and he said, look, you have to use barely car. I said, but your guy, you know, I had the right away. And that was what he heard from me and gave me a good slap. of course, I look at myself. Of course, I look at myself. You know, but the basic fact is that in that circumstance, even if I retaliated and pushed the man and probably slumps and dies, it is two fighting, right? But that does not totally absolve me of the need to go through the trial of, you know, of homicide. So, of course, I'll be pleading that it was not intentional, which is manslaughter. But at the end of the day, it's about that I'll probably go through and God help me if I'm not able to justify myself and be able to say that, look, I did not do anything, or probably you know, you have to do prove a lot of things. And this trial might not be 1 day, 2 days.
Might not even be a year.
Yeah, of course. So you can imagine. So that's why when we're talking about emotion, everybody has to be mindful of the intricacies of it. Look, really, you might think you have a justification. Your boyfriend has hurt you so bad, so you went to his house and destroyed his TV.
Yes.
Or your girlfriend has hurt you so much, so you saw her on the road and you did a slap on her. Really, you don't have that right. You don't have the right. And, you know, especially when it looks premeditated, you know, it might look like a cultural thing that, oh, you know, when a woman hurts you, you slap her. Or when, you know, it might look cultural, but relax. That culture has nothing to do with the law. So if you slap your girlfriend can say, okay, I'm going to take this up. I'm going to take it up and get it to the root of it. And besides, forget about the criminal aspect of say, police come and arrest. There's what they call tort, T-O-R-T.
Yeah.
Tort means a civil wrong.
Yeah.
So I can even sue you. When police catches me, it's prosecution. They prosecute me. But when I do something wrong against you and you are suing me, you sue me and you go ahead and prove it that I slapped you and there were damages that happened to you and you want compensation out of it. And it could be a very bad one than what even that going to going to police and police releasing you. No, this one you pay me for what you have done, damages. So that's why everybody listening to me at home, relax when it comes to emotion, whether it's positive one, whether it is your emotion should not make you to lose sight of the reality of what you're doing.
Okay, let's take Adams from Sokoto. Hello, Adams. Good morning. Hello, Adams. Adams,
Madam.
turn down your volume. Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir. Good to have you on the show.
Hello, I'm hearing you.
Okay, can you turn down your volume?
Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right.
Just go on with your
I'm here.
question. Yeah, I can.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I've turned down my volume already.
Okay. So let's have your questions or contributions.
I'm very happy with your present. I'm
Thank
very
you.
happy with your presentation.
Thank you very much.
I said he has turned it down.
I'm very happy with your presentation.
Thank you so much.
In the first aspect, in the legal act of every
Okay, that was just so loud. He said he turned it down, but
Okay.
it look like
Yeah.
you can call us back.
So we just please now I was trying to explain that you like somebody so much that the person can make a request of you anytime. Sign this one for me. Help me with that one. Sign that one. You're not even asking questions. You're not even engaging.
Yeah.
To ask questions. What am I signing? Sometimes they pass from to you. And in some of us, even the emotion we have is the emotion to belong. So you go to a place and you see paper being passed around.
Okay.
And everybody should sign. You don't even ask what are we signing for? So because you want to belong, you sign. And these are emotions that have put people. See, what this whole essence of this topic is about is that engage deliberate thought when it comes to decisions, particular decisions that will make legal sense, that will have a legal impact on you. Don't sign, for instance, guarantorship for anybody without understanding that beyond the need to look good in signing that thing, there are consequences. So you might want to look good. Okay, Mr. Vincent is a nice man. He signed guarantorship for me. That ends there. The implication lingers on, because even 5 years' time, if you have not changed that person, and seriously, the person might not be the bad person. It might be that in his office, somebody roped him into whatever he's doing. More or less, what you have signed becomes your own entanglement. So it's the needful thing to always ask yourself, can I withhold or withstand this thing I'm doing? Can I? There is a man that did. Adams is back.
Calling us back.
Adams.
Good to have you again, Adams.
Yes, I'm Adams.
Yeah, we know. Good to have you again.
From Sokoto.
Yes, thank you so much for calling.
I highly appreciate this program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So let's go straight to your questions or contributions. Hello, Adams.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have questions for Barrister or you have contributions to make?
Well, I have a question for Barrister.
Please go ahead, Adams.
There was a case that happened to I and my child together with let me just say a tenant friend.
Go ahead. I'm interested.
So it happens my own son got his own daughter impregnated.
Oh.
Okay. So along the line, this case took us to different places to the extent that I said, if it is marriage, do my son want your woman to get him married? They accepted. Then along the line, within a week or 2 weeks,
What happened?
Then they gave her something to take.
Oh.
Mm. Mm.
So what happened?
They gave her something. They gave her something to take that she will have taken an undertaking in the CID everywhere.
Mm.
Then now they said she's having a bleeding overnight, of which is not true.
Mm.
The father now went and aborted this child.
Oosh. Oosh. Oosh.
So now, I said I will not accept it.
Oosh.
But my parents says I should just leave so far he has killed the child.
Oh, yeah. You see, I see the point you're trying to make. Yeah, these are all issues of emotions about okay.
So all this way, I've traced where they aborted the child. They said it's miscarriage and all the rest. I don't know what to do now. Please, doctor, kindly, my barrister, kindly advise me on what to do.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah.
Okay, so his number is going to be displayed anytime from now. Of course, you can just copy his number. I know Barrister will still talk on that now, though, but you can still call him later on. So just copy the number. Okay, sir.
Yeah. So Adams, I hear you. I feel the pain, the loss of the potential grandchild, and I see it. That is, and these are other things we talk about emotion. I don't know. One cannot prove ordinarily whether it was actually a miscarriage or whether it is an abortion. But in the circumstance, it becomes if something that you can say, okay, we want to let go of it, or you want to involve a kind of investigation, in medical investigation, to know that it was an induced abortion or it was a miscarriage, and that would probably help to situate the context of the case, whether you want to push the case, because actually in law, there's a law against Nigeria. We are not pro-abortion country, and there's a law against abortion. That's why you don't go legally to go and seek abortion. The doctors that are doing abortions are usually very silent about it because there's a law against it as well. So these are pushing things forward. And that also reminds me of something, that things are being done does not mean that it is legal. For instance, I'll give you an example. Abortion is illegal in the country, but you find that people can still probably can necessarily get abortion done. And you might think that is a normal thing. Just that you can run for, you don't go and openly say that this is doctor that did abortion for me or what have you, because that doctor can lose his license and you also can be prosecuted. So remember, your emotions have to be contextualized and this like that. And remember also,
sorry, sir, let's take Sam from Delta. Hello, Sam, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir.
I love your program.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So do you have questions or contributions for Barrister?
I have a contribution for barrister.
Please go ahead,
Okay,
sir.
please go on.
Like what the last caller just talked about just now. That is most of the problem we have in this country now. Because maybe these children, they will go to school. Before you got to know, they will come, just put a shivering. By the time you go and do a test, they are pregnant. So what you ask, or say somebody else. But along the line, when you want to do anything, before you know, the owner of the girl, they will arrest you. Because most of these security men, they don't know their own duty. Mostly in Warri. They don't know their own duty. At the end, the father of the girl, they will put you in the cell. You are threatening somebody. You are doing this. You are doing that. So to me, I just want to ask this question: if somebody impregnated my daughter now, what will I do? Did I go to station or I take a lawyer to write a petition?
Yes. Of course. Except you see, the point about this. Probably next I have to start doing something about this. Now, if there are two adults, two young children, say like 16, whatever, 18, actually, the law says that a defilement of a girl under under the age of consent, say 18 or
18,
above,
yeah.
is criminal. So about 6 months ago, one man actually took a young boy. There are two young people in the same class or so. Took the young boy up because it's like that was means a criminal thing that he has done. So he took it up, and they wanted to start a prosecution against that boy, which eventually will lead to be the boy being put in a foster home or probably put to whatever, But they have to drop the case. So if they are two young adults, you see that you family come together, or you say you want to go and prosecute the boy for defiling your own girl and things like that. Except if the where it is becoming is that when there is an adult, probably an adult is like the one that's become toy with your daughter's emotion, and then put her in a family with like a 21-year-old or 22-year-old toying with a 16-year-old or whatever. That 21-year-old can be criminally responsible for that. So, but most times, just because of the emotions involved, it's like you have to safeguard your daughter, safeguard the pregnancy, so that it doesn't turn. So sometimes you have to put those into context to say, okay, even if I write petition, the petition has that the child, because another thing which might be emotionally traumatizing for that girl is that if the so-called father of the child denies paternity, you understand me? So your petition might be, okay, that you want to determine this is the father of the child, and then 2, you want them to take responsibility for that child, while you also as a father have to be careful to see that you don't lose your child, you don't lose her totally, because yes, she has made a mistake. That mistake might not totally be injurious to her destiny, but in terms of prosecution, the only time you can prosecute is if you want to hold the boy because he defiled it. Because if a young boy defiles, he can be held responsible for that. And if an adult defiles, you can also hold him responsible. But the thing I want to say, sir, is that most times parents, we are so emotional, because I can imagine what you're saying as a father. My daughter, no. You want to kill the girl. You want to, kill the girl.
Want to react.
Kick the girl. Probably kick her, whatever. If you kick her and she starts bleeding, believe in me, that's a problem for you. That's a serious problem for you. So that's why when this happens, most men are too agitated. Most times, probably the mothers that probably are accommodating, because it's like, they are disappointed, but they're accommodating. But men, you want to slap the living day out of the girl. Why would you? How would you?
Disappointment to my family.
And things like that. And this is where we say, be so objective, because if that girl dies because of that pregnancy, it becomes something else. Something else. And that's why probably you can see what Adams was asking. Now she feels so hot that he doesn't know whether it is abortion or whether it was miscarriage. So he can see the emotion, and I mean, if they plan the abortion, that can become problem for the father of that girl as well. So
well, Barrister, I know we still have a whole lot to discuss, but I don't know if you're intending to talk about this again next week, because we are running out of time. As a matter of fact, I think it's just that time for us to sign out. So in summary, what do you need them to know?
No, please be guided. Your emotions are good. They can be good, they can be bad, but whatever it is that you're emotional about, be guided that there's a legal side to that emotion. So have a wonderful time. We'll see you again by God's grace next week.
Yes, sir. All right, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, we've got other programs lined up for your enjoyment. All right, so stay tuned. Keep watching WAP TV. My name is Limiti. I'll be with you guys again tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.
Tommy Vincent signing out.
Yeah.